Hi there again. Now that we've looked at a number of traditional medical practices from ancient times, let's take a sneak peek on a relatively young practice that was born in Japan in 1922, Reiki. Now, Reiki is widely based on a technique known as palm healing, in which the healer would transfer or channel universal energy from the palm of their hands to the patient. It is widely based on the Chinese concept of energy or qi. Now, Reiki has been the center of a number of controversies, the latest of which was in 2009, and a Catholic ban on the practice of Reiki in Catholic hospitals and healthcare facilities. We sat down with Reiki Master Waleed Hashim to learn more about the practice.
So what Reiki means is positive energy. It's a Japanese word. Reiki itself is an ancient Japanese healing system from Tibetan origins. And the word Reiki means positive energy. A Rei refers to universal energy, basically the energy that God sends in the universe. Especially felt during the mornings. And Ki is basically your own bioenergy, the energy of your body, your physiology. And Reiki happens when you connect both energies. So it's basically a state of being connected, of being attuned. And what it really means, it's a state of being positive. Healing is a metamorphosis that can really result in you being closer to the person you were created to be and to living a heaven on earth. What a master of energy does, any teacher of any energy school, whether it's Reiki, pranic healing, craniosacral therapy, yoga, any alternative teacher is basically an instructor that goes through the motions with you. So when I'm teaching, what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating. To teach in energy teachings is to demonstrate. I'm demonstrating what's possible. I'm using certain ideas, certain meditative techniques, and I'm going through the motions. Now, it's the same thing with an aerobics class. They can go through the motions with you, but they can't really do them for you. Even when we heal one-on-one, what's actually doing the healing is the patient's body. All we're doing is we're just charging certain energy points and showing the practitioner what's possible when we teach and instruct, and then they go through the motions themselves, and then they end up having an experience of healing and positivity, and it's beautiful. If you want to be your original self, if you want to be positive, it's not about learning anything new. It's about unlearning everything you've been taught that has made you a depressed mess, basically. So it's basically you going back to the natural state of childish well-being that you were in. It's about finding that innocence again. And in order to do that, you have to be able to heal your pain. And we heal pain the same way any doctor of medicine heals pain. If you go to a doctor with a broken bone, the first thing he's going to do is place his hand on that bone, and it's going to hurt. If you don't handle the pain, you can't really release it. So I'd say anyone who's willing to be authentic and is willing to accept responsibility for his own life, because no one else is responsible, even if people like to say daddy did it or mommy did it, or if only daddy was a good guy, or if only mommy wasn't such a, I'd be a different person. But it really doesn't matter where you got your issues from, they're yours now. And that's the kind of person who can really benefit from energy healing. To me, every issue and every illness, really, and you're asking an energy relationship teacher, to me every issue and every illness is relational, which means it's your relationship to something or someone that's at the cause of anything you're going through. So I'll give you an example of one of my students who came because the person she loves is cheating on her. Okay? So basically she comes and she's going through a certain mode of depression and pain, and it has manifested physically on her body as well. Ever since this started, I've been losing my health. I've been, we believe that every illness is self-created. So in order for her to heal, we can't just treat the symptom. We always say that we work together with medicine. They're the yang to our yin. Basically, the medical community is the masculine to our feminine. And you know what masculine energy is all about, fixing it now. What's wrong? Let's chop it off. What's wrong? Let's heal it now. Let's change that. Let's do this. We're all about going back to the inside and finding out the root cause. So the first question we ask is, who do you think is responsible for the illness you're going through now? And she'll say, he is. And then we'll say, but what's your responsibility about it? She's like, he got attracted to me. And we focus on how she is attracted to that dysfunctional relationship. So she'd say, but he's 97% responsible. Say, okay, let's focus on the 3%. That is your responsibility. And the minute they start opening up, we can do the healing. So the way to heal, why did he cheat on me, is to ask the question, how am I cheating on myself? So if we think loving thoughts about our bodies, we create a loving atmosphere in which our health can thrive. If we think negative thoughts, we're creating a negative atmosphere without and within. So if we take that very example of the person cheating, the question then becomes, how did you cheat yourself? And then they'd say, I didn't. I gave that person everything. I continued to give and give and give and give. And overgiving is a way of betraying yourself. It's a way of betraying your body's needs. So then when you have an illness, it's your body trying to tell you, you need to change that decision. Let's say if it's in the knees, or let's say the shoulders. What do the shoulders do? They help us carry weight. So energetically, they carry burdens of responsibility. So what are my shoulders trying to tell me? Am I carrying the responsibility for someone else's livelihood? Many mothers have shoulder pains and neck pains because they carry the responsibility of making the child happy, even though their role of being mothers ended years ago. Okay? Probably her job as a mother ended 30, 40 years ago, but she still carries that burden, and eventually it catches up with the body. If it's the throat chakra is responsible for many things, but identity, first and foremost. One of my students had a problem to do with the throat area, and it's the same thing with medicine. Anything to do with the nose, ears, and throat belongs to the throat chakra. And I asked him about his relationship, his relationships, and where he doesn't use his voice. And it turns out that he contains a lot of anger within him. Anger with time turns into resentment. Resentment with time turns into cancer. So using energy techniques, you can start releasing that energy, forgiveness being mainly the main one of them. But there are many, many others. Clearing your mind, changing the energetic atmosphere within helps the immune system greatly.